talking about something, and then Skip can interrupt us with the live feed, like we didn't know we were getting recorded.
All right.
Oh shit! Oh, hang on. Something wants to update on my computer. Hang on. Okay, go. Let me get this fucking
loading.
God damn it! Actually, I should probably hold it and make sure the volume's down. God, motherfucker!
So
I swear to God, I know it's so bad, so bad. So you think I'd have all this figured out by now?
No.
But why? I don't.
26.
No, yeah, the 26, right?
26 shows or 27.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, "We're on episode 35." I was like, "Wait, no, that sounds like way too many."
We're not on 35 at all.
And if you think about it, it's like 25 weeks at least. So, dang, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Banging along.
Cool. I guess for anybody just joining in, I'm Hutchinson, the owner of Hutchinson Car Audio, and this is Ed Valdez. He's one of the co-owners and been helping out a ton recently. There is a third guy who'll probably end up showing up later.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's a trifecta.
There's actually only 3 of us that work here at Hutchinson Car Audio. There's a lot of people involved overall, but there's technically only 3 of us. So, pretty cool.
So is it a sort of an everyday audios relationship where one guy's the talent and one guy's the eye candy?
Kind of. Yeah, I'm the main face of the company for sure. But
is that because you're the best looking, or is that because you know the most?
I don't know. I think it's because I've had a little bit of the following ever since the start, even before the start of the company, just since I've been building subs. Because I really didn't start, I don't know. I guess people started catching on whenever I started building subs like 4 years ago. And, I had no idea what I was doing then. I just would build a sub, learn from it, and then build another sub, learn from it. And whenever we say building subs, we actually do all the painting, all the welding, all the designing, assembly, everything.
All that. And that makes y'all, awfully unique in the space, like really unique.
Yeah, I like it. There's a handful of other guys that do it. Corey Dean and a few other guys have been doing it. I really like what they're doing, so that's cool.
Corey Dean does machining?
Yeah, he does a little bit of, he has his own machines and whatnot. We have our own machines here too. We're having some issues with one right now, but overall, doing pretty good. Pretty cool. And then if anybody wants to ask any questions in the comment section or whatever,
Are y'all out there digging up the magnet yourselves? When we get to that step, we need to get to that step.
There's none here. There's none here.
You need a guy panning, like one of them panning things for gold. looking for
ferrite.
Yeah.
Oh, I need some neo.
No. Yeah, right. He don't use ferrite.
Sorry. No, we don't mess with ferrite around here.
That's the only thing is there is like hardly any neodymium actually in the ground in America. But as far as I know, there's nobody that actually mines neodymium in America. Like, supposedly extremely hazardous to process, which I guess is the backside of neodymium subs. Just like lithium batteries are like really hazardous to make, but they perform really well.
So we don't care about the other people, just Americans.
Yeah. So we don't actually make the neodymium magnets. We do get those from somewhere, but we do make the entire structures and do all the designing and everything ourselves. So pretty crazy.
OSHA would just put the kibosh on all neo mining and basket production.
Yeah, they would just put like a time limit. You know how to be like 20 minutes a day for mining neo. It's safe. It's safe. I swear.
No, we're good. Yeah. I mean, put a respirator on, grab a shovel, and get to work. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with people? America's just we're too fluffy these days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a neodymium magnet to show you what it actually looks like.
All right. He keeps saying the full word neodymium.
Yeah. It turns me on though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry, Ed. I don't know what you walked into with us.
Neodymium. Tell us what you got going on there, Ed. Who are you? What do you do?
Man, I just came up from Colorado actually. Just moved up here at the end of 2018. Been up here for 2 months now. Not digging it. Super cold. South Dakota sucks as a state. Sorry to anybody out here.
You came from Colorado.
I know. Like, you didn't come from California.
Right. What are you talking about?
Colorado is like 30 degrees warmer here any given day of the week. It's ridiculous. It's miserable out here, but
Yeah, this is the actual neodymium magnet itself. So this is our smaller ones. These are what we use in our Ada series, which is kind of like our smaller series. The sub right now is still extremely high performance sub, but they use 10 of these 1.5-inch diameter by 1/2 inch tall with a 1/4 inch center hole N52 grade neodymium magnet.
N52, that's the big deal.
Yep. So we use N52. I know a handful of other companies use N45 and N48 and some more like heat resistant magnets, but we found that we never actually get the motor structures that hot enough to like demagnetize them. Also because the magnets are separated a little bit further away from the coil, so there's not that much heat concentration because of that. Here's a fun toy.
So in case no one knows what you meant, that is known as the Curie temp, right?
Yep.
So when a permanent magnet gets heated to a certain temperature, it can start to lose its strength. And if you get it hot enough, it can just completely demagnetize the thing.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And the big deal about ferrite is it's like 500 C or something. Like you're not getting a ferrite motor hot enough or magnet hot enough to demagnetize it. But what is N52? Like 190?
I don't actually remember that exactly off the top of my head. It's about boiling point.
Yeah. It's like I can't remember. Like I want to say 190. Either way, it sounds really low. Like it sounds low. Like you think you can get it that hot, but dude, there's no way. There's no way because first of all, your coil is gonna melt at like 200 C. Well, maybe not. 200 C is probably safe. But you're going to start stinking at 200 C. And then it has to travel the air gap and get into the magnet by that time. And it's not feasible, really. So I don't know. People worry about Curie temps on Neos. It's not going to happen.
Just send it.
Yeah. Seen a lot of coils melt before any sort of deterioration to magnetic field. So
pretty much. So
yeah, that's what we're talking about, Zen. Yeah, I mean, you have to get to that certain temp before it even starts to demagnetize or a loss of force. Yeah, same thing. Same deal. But yeah, anyway, you only use N52?
We only use N52.
So who does all? Do you guys do the FEA on all your woofers, or do you send that out? You can do all that.
Yeah, so we do a lot of FEA with SolidWorks and a handful of other programs like that. So we've been running those for quite a while and just do a lot of optimization software and all that to kind of find out what's going to be the best bang for your buck in terms of, performance, the cost it takes to make the sub, the time it's going to take to make the sub. It's like we could make some really crazy looking subs that have these insane like 3D surface features with a lot of like billet steel parts and like the best sub of all time. But you're going to have to charge people a ridiculous amount of money and nobody's actually going to be able to buy it. Everybody's going to want it.
A Z is $2,500, and they can't keep things on the shelf.
Yep, it's impressive. So, but it's just to the point where you're like, we could make subs that were, $8,000-$10,000 a piece, but it's just nobody's going to buy them. But compared to like the amount that you sell with a lower cost, so I don't know, it just doesn't seem really feasible.
Man, so how'd y'all get started? Why did you think there was a need for you to open all Neo car audio subwoofer company? Go.
Yep, that's an extremely good question. So
thank you.
Ever since the start, so I've been building subs for about 5 years now. The first one I ever actually made was that older radial style motor right there. That particular one is actually extremely weak. I had not a clue what I was doing with design. It's designed horrifically bad, but I did it anyway. I was like, dude, I'm gonna build it. No matter what, I'm gonna build it. And then after that, we learned the second one I ever actually built was this little red 8 right here. Of course, it's blown. We blew it up. But it's another radial style motor. So we built that. But the entire time I've been posting stuff about all of this. And then after that, I built those really big Neos. Those are the ones in my profile picture for quite a while. Those like giant subs. Those things were all right. And then, interestingly enough, Ed actually wanted some subs from us quite a while ago. And we decided the big thing was it needed to be shorter. So we decided to build a top plate style motor to try and accommodate that, which ended up being this. The NDFEB 0 is what we call it. It's like the original prototype. It's super dirty, as you can tell. It's been around here for a long time now. But that was actually like the first top plate style motor that really got us into like more of our type of subs that we do now. And then at this point is when we started having people reach out to us and being like, hey, can we actually buy those? So we're like, yeah, let's make something that's a little bit more, easier to produce, but also extremely good and looks really good.
You did that one 3 years ago?
Yeah, that one was like 3 years ago. Yeah.
And then 3 years ago?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
that's a lifetime.
Yep. And then we started building the NDFEB series of subs, which is like our NDFEB 218, like the big 18 there. And we actually have an NDFEB 1. It's like our medium-sized sub. We actually don't have one of those on the shelf right now. They're all out. And then our smaller one, which is the ADA. So there's the ADA, the NDFEB 1, and then the NDFEB 2. Those are our main production subs right now. That's kind of how it all aspired. It just kind of came from us just playing around building subs for ourselves. And then you just get the question, hey, can I buy it? And you're like, let's make something that people can buy. So we did.
What'd you run before that then? I mean, why did you think about building the Neo sub? Like, what did you just want to see if you could do it, or?
Yep. Yeah, I kind of just want to see if I could do it. And before that, I was running 5 subs. So I was running 5 for a long time. They're probably my favorite brand out there, I guess. And then actually recently, last month-ish, was it last month? I went to that CES show in Vegas and got to take a tour of the 5 shop, which was really cool. And meet Scott and everybody there, and I don't know, it was a very surreal experience from being like a little kid in high school like 8 years ago, like, man, that's the sub I really want, to eventually being able to tour their shop and then have my own company of my own. It was really kind of very, very humbling. It's really cool.
Shout out to the guys that still say FI.
I was just gonna say, dude, I don't care if that's how it's said. I still say FI. I honestly do not care. Sorry, Scott.
All these new kids.
Sorry, Scott. I say FI. I'm not saying FI. Not gonna that. Not gonna do it. Dusty actually asked in the chat. Dusty Potter actually asked something that I wanted to ask you too. Can you or have you considered doing a ring like a you know what I'm talking about? All the way around, like I think Atomic is doing one now too.
Yep. Yeah. So we actually have a handful of ideas for doing a big ring sub and a smaller ring sub. Most likely, whenever we end up doing the NDFB2 version 2, it might have one of those. We still haven't fully decided. There's only a handful of complications with doing that. We want to do it big, and then the magnet just gets so scary to like actually use. Like the magnet would have like 5,000 pounds of pull force. It'd be super dangerous. So we might, I don't know. We just have to figure out the technicalities because the magnetizer is a big issue right now.
If we could do it, we could work with the magnet before it was magnetized. Just plain old magnet, and then build the subwoofer, actually manufacture it, and then magnetize it. Be a different story. But playing around with a 5,000 pound full force magnet, and you cut your hand off of that pretty easy. So,
what are you gonna do? So basically, y'all need a magnetizer to do that.
Yep. Yeah, and the only problem was the neodymium magnetizer. It just takes a lot more nuts than a ferrite magnetizer. It was pretty dang pricey at this point. So right now we do live magnet assembly, but we're really good at it.
Yeah.
We developed it.
It's a sketchy business for those that don't know. It is a sketchy business.
Oh, I bought some of them little small quarter size one of Parts Express. I'm scared to take them apart. It stings, man. It's
dude.
Yeah,
just like the one you're holding right now. And so the ADA magnet.
Yeah.
These are about 90 pounds full force a piece, just about under 100. And it's like, it looks so innocent. It just looks like a nice little shiny piece of metal. But it'll hurt you, man.
Yeah. You can lose a digit messing with those things.
Oh my
gosh. Our big magnets, the ones like an NDFB2s, are really big. Almost a handful.
So what's your best selling sub right now? How many do you have?
We have 3 main models of production subs. There's technically 4, but the 4th one's kind of secretive. There's only a handful of people that know about it. And then the 3 main ones, the actual, by numbers, the most prominent selling sub we have is our new ADA 8. Right there.
The 8 specifically, that size?
The 8 specifically. Yeah.
Why the 8? Well, I don't. What is people? I love 8s. I know. Dude, it's in cycles. Do you remember when there was like the great 8 debate, and then it came back around, and everybody was trying to do crazy numbers with an 8, and then it's like seems like now this is the next cycle, like 4 years.
Smith. I blame
well, he's a big part of it.
Stop sending him shit. Stop sending him shit.
How much is that 8? How much you sell?
Those are $325 for the paper cone version. Then if you want the carbon fiber cone version, those are $90. And then the options can go up from there. Like those chrome ones we did, those polished chrome ones we did a while back, those are pretty pricey because it's real polished show chrome, like the realest deal chrome you can get. So,
dude, my least favorite color is shiny. Like I do not care.
You couldn't even see it. Like you would look at the from like 10 feet away, and it was so shiny it looked like a black hole.
I'll tell you, I don't like white subs either, but that one in your profile pic is sexy. Good grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty fun giving that away at that CES show. That was really cool.
Hey, speaking of giving stuff away, we're about to crank up the $150 challenge here in a minute. You guys want to donate something to the prize pool? Shout out.
Explain that a little bit. I was not familiar.
Do you not know what the $150 SPL challenge is? Okay, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you get $150 to get as loud as you can. So there's two main divisions. You can only get $150 for your sub and your amp, and then there's a sub only division where you get $150 to spend on just the sub, and nothing else counts towards your budget. So box and electrical and all that baloney. So you can get bananas with it. So just subs and amps, or just sub.
So you could put like one little $150 sub on that.
Yes, exactly right. And it'll be tough. I mean, Scott Van Ripper did the sub only challenge, and what did he do? Like a 62 or a 63? I don't know, something dumb, which we don't really count. I mean, shout out, keep pushing. But the official score is, I think, Beer Base Mafia. What they do, a 56, 57? Really? Yeah.
I did a 52 with those FUs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a 55 with the SA. No, the Sundown. What is it? The little one? The E?
Oh, the E series? Yeah.
Yeah, 55. And then they stomped me. But someone last year, was it last year or year before, actually got a 150 for 150 in the sub and amp challenge. So
impressive.
Yeah. So anyway, we have wall and no wall, and we have for both things. So we have four classes. Oh, did we do trunk? We got trunk too.
Yeah, give me that.
So six total. So we need prizes, man. Y'all think of a custom cone you can give away. I mean, I'm not asking for a sub.
You want to grab one of those cones real quick? Yeah. So for the carbon fiber stuff on all our subs, we actually make all that. So we do all the carbon fiber dust, carbon fiber cones, everything.
I was looking up the Kevlar on your options. It's pretty sexy.
Oh my god,
I'm a sucker for Kevlar.
Oh my god.
Ed's grabbing a set of some carbon fiber parts. But the thing is, we also make all the molds. So, like with our machines and everything, we'll make the dust cap molds. We'll make the 8-inch cone mold, the 18-inch cone mold, all that stuff.
Dude, I want another.
Fade thought he could do carbon fiber. Fade thought he could do carbon fiber a couple months
ago. I could do carbon fiber. I can.
He can.
I want another peek at that mold, that cone mold.
Yeah, that was hot.
Not,
I want to ride, that thing is so sexy. Like a snow mountain.
I know. We got to get a peek at that thing.
Oh man.
This is the untrimmed 18-inch cone. Right?
That's ridiculous.
This is just a normal carbon fiber cone. Pretty legit. We actually do really, really thin cones. The cone's only about 40,000 of an inch thick, really thin. And also, yeah, let me see that real quick. The cone angle, they're a 20-degree angle, so it's actually relatively shallow if you look at that. Like it's from like a flat line here to like up there. It's only a 20-degree angle, and we do that because based on our simulation, we're able to find this is kind of technical, but with this particular thickness of cone and the coils that we use, this angle of cone actually used the least amount of material, so then therefore was the lightest combination of cone and former together.
I love you.
So, kind of crazy.
As soon as you said simulation, you had fade.
Yeah. This is a little baby. That's how small the cone is. It looks like a dust cap.
Dude, that is so sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then this is check out this one. It's an untrimmed.
Oh.
Orange one.
That's orange carbon fiber?
Yeah, I bet you the guy
carbon fiber is black.
All right.
Yeah, that's
So what's that? Orange fiber?
oh yeah. So the orange, yeah, orange.
Kevlar.
So, yeah, it's a dyed Kevlar. But,
Okay.
but then yeah, so the cone stuff's really cool, and we spent quite a bit of time figuring all that out. But this is straight off the mold. There's no clear coat applied or anything. It's literally shiny as like a mirror straight out of the mold. So.
Dude, do you sell like that sort of, do you sell just cones or dust caps to people that want them?
Yep. Yeah, we can do that. And we don't have those for sale just directly on the website yet, but if you contact us, we can get you one of those. That's for sure. And we can get it in pretty much any size you want for whatever voice coil size you want. And do you have any of the tiny dust caps? Oh, yeah, they're over there. Oh, yeah. But somebody had a question about the ADA 18. Oh, yeah, Joseph Young. I'm a big fan. He's way cool. I need to meet him sometime. But he's asking a question about the ADA 18. So we're actually planning on making a full lineup of sub with the 8, the same motor essentially in 8, 10, 12, 15, and 18. And then the 12, 15, and 18 are going to use a 3-inch coil version of it. And our 8s and 10s will use 2.5-inch coil. And yes, there has been a prototype 18. There's a handful of guys at the 12s, is what he's asking. And so far they're performing extremely well. So just not super ready for full production.
I want one.
Y'all, they're pretty cool.
Can you tell us the Gauss, the Motor Force, BL? Can you give us any of that stuff that people drool over?
Absolutely, yeah. So I actually, they're on my phone, and I'm using the phone for pictures.
I
I'll try to remember off the top of my head. But the ADA 8 has a 10,600 Gauss rating, and it has a 1/2-inch tall gap. So that one's pretty legit. The NDFB2, off the top of my head, I think it's just under 12,000, like 11,800 with a 1-inch tall gap. And was that right? I don't remember. So. Yeah. What was it?
What's like a regular sub?
We have the Gauss. We could just check.
600? Oh, 6,000. Okay, 6,000. So it's like double.
5, 6, yeah.
Jeez.
And then we have one prototype sub right now that's doing just under 17,000.
Holy crap stack. I want that one. I want that one.
It's not even done right yet. It accidentally warped during manufacturing, so the bottom is flat.
As soon as we get off the show, go make me another one.
It's actually it's like right under the screen. You can't quite see it, but it's literally right.
It's holding up the phone.
I need it. Yeah, I need that immediately.
But yeah, so
it's 17K. That's got to be. I think that might be the highest I've seen.
That's the goal, and it's not even close to where we want it to be yet. We accidentally screwed up here in the manufacturing. Oops. But that's why it's prototype. That's why we make this stuff as prototype. So.
Well, yeah, that's why we proto.
But yeah, in a little bit, we can go take a mini tour of the machine shop side of our shop. So that'd be kind of.
Oh yeah. Hey, what ADA? You keep saying ADA. Is that just ADA? Where'd you come up with that name?
ETA.
Yep. So it's spelled ETA, but it's pronounced AIDA, like ADA.
What?
Like
what the? What?
Yeah. It sounds complicated, but essentially what it is in like engineering and stuff. There's a coefficient used for like efficiency, and the efficiency symbol is ADA. Okay, you want to have it even more complicated?
Yes, please.
The symbol for ADA is an N, so it's like it's written as an N, like written down as ETA and pronounced ADA. It like makes no sense, but that's what it is. Right?
Engineering at its finest.
Yeah,
I like that.
And with some sensors up there.
What? So I mean, did you just have to learn all of this on your own, or what's your background to make carbon fiber cones and make Neo subs? You know, like.
Yep. So there's quite a bit actually. I bought my first metal lathe whenever I was 12 years old. I had a shop. I like delivered newspapers for an entire year as a 12-year-old kid to save up for this big machine, and ended up buying that. And of course, everybody thinks you're crazy at that point.
Give me a lathe.
I actually did not make subs at first. I made guns. So I used to build a lot of guns and kind of still do. And So I built guns for quite a while and learned like a lot of machining. I literally took no classes on nothing. I was like, I don't even care. I'm just going to spin some dials. I know I wrecked a lot of tools and screwed a lot of material up and probably damaged the machine, but whatever. And
he's measuring the Gauss while we're talking.
Yeah, what's
on the ADA?
What did it say?
10,523 on the ADA.
Hey, that'll do.
And then let's do that.
Dude, that's sick. Hey, I need that Gauss meter when you're done with it.
Yeah, that Gauss meter is awesome. If anybody ever wants to,
hey, you know what? Message me the link for that. Can I get one myself?
Yeah, I could probably do that.
I mean, you know, I do it right now. Just
okay. And then, but yeah, back to that story. So I bought that lathe at 12 years old, and then I kind of messed around with that. I actually had two of them. One that was really
12 years old.
That's what I was actually going to say that, but I thought I didn't hear him.
Who thinks to buy a lathe at 12?
Yeah, you want to hear something that sounds ridiculous. This is like legit.
Because that's not ridiculous.
I was a 12-year-old kid, and I was making like real guns in our garage, and like my parents are really supportive of it and everything. I really do appreciate it.
It doesn't sound legal. Is that legal?
I mean,
it's legal. It was legal. Like,
America.
So, and then, got older. And when I had that lathe forever, I had it till I was like 19. And then I sold it. But that was whenever I went to school. So I went to school at the South Dakota School of Mines and ended up continuing my career at HCA instead of finishing the engineering career, because I figured, I don't know, I learned a lot from the engineering stuff, but on 100% all honesty, I'm more of an entrepreneur than I am an engineer. I like doing all the calculations and stuff, but I really like, I don't know, going out there, having fun, and really growing a brand and stuff like that a lot more than I do like calculations. 100%.
I guess. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
How old are you now? Like 19?
I'm 22.
Oh, so yeah, you've been doing like 9 years. That's a long time.
Yep, it's been a long time. Ed's also 22 as well. And then
some youngins.
Yeah.
Skip. What are we gonna do with these kids, man?
Give them a wedgie.
Yes, for sure.
This is another secret sub so far.
All right, let me see it.
How crazy.
Is it backwards?
No.
No, it's not.
16K.
16,
oh my god, 17K.
13.5.
I need it immediately. Also, I need to measure the Z that I have laying around so that we can talk shit to DD, since they said they're the strongest motor on the planet.
I don't know. That's a very interesting thing, because I don't know. There's a lot that goes into subs. We still don't know everything quite yet, but we do know some. And,
is the super secret one right underneath that you just measured? Is it a top plate sub too?
It is.
Okay.
And but otherwise, yeah. So then, like at school, I learned a lot more about machining there, because they did have a little machine shop, and we always played around a little bit. Ed was there for a little while, and we kind of learned stuff there. That's actually where I built a lot of original stuff. Like I built that there. I built that there. I actually built that there. But then eventually we got our own stuff.
You was in Colorado too, or he moved down to Colorado?
Yeah, so he just moved up here from Colorado. I'm originally from Colorado, but we're in South Dakota. So I've been in South Dakota for 5 years now.
Oh, okay, I got it.
He's been up here for about almost 2 months now.
Yeah.
So pretty awesome.
2 months.
But yeah, so that's kind of like the backstory to it all. So I like to build guns and stuff. Then I got into car audio and just kind of played around with the Colorado car audio scene for a while. And built subs because I like building things, and they kind of aspired into this, which is kind of crazy. And we're all extremely grateful for the support and the growth that it's had just within the last year and a half. Because we've only actually been in business for a year and a half, technically. They've only had the website open for 14 months. So,
a little over a year.
So who's your loudest guy? Do you have any demo builds, burp builds? Who's your guy?
Yeah.
Who's your go-to?
We got this guy. His name is Brian Anderson. I think he's actually watching this right now. He's got 4 of our NDFB 221s, actually with those orange dust caps. And he has that right now. It's on a Crescendo 17K, which meaning we still need to go out there and get a demo of it. He's actually in town. But there's a handful of other builds that are about to be built too. We're about to probably be starting on one ourselves here pretty soon.
Find that build, Skip, so you can share.
Yeah.
What kind of numbers are it doing?
Did a 60.7 with a stock cabin this previous summer. I can't remember what power that was actually clamped on. It was actually on a pretty good number. And But with the recent mods to it and the handful of upgrades we've done to some stuff, it'd probably be up like 164 or so. Not bad at all. Really good. Sounds pretty brutal.
Music or burp or what?
That was a burp to the 60.7, but yeah.
I just mean like, is it a music build? Is it a burp build?
It's a build, yeah.
Okay. Bandpass? What is it?
For a 421 flat wall, about 40 cubes, and one crescendo 17K, the ones that just came out.
Oh, it's a 20. They're 21s?
21.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, the only reason we're running the paper cone 21s of those right now, but we're going to be upgraded him to some of the carbon fiber 21s. But we're making a specific mold for the 21s here in a bit. They need a little bit more strength in their cones because the cone area is so big. So, yeah.
Dude, that's cool. Awesome. I love gigantic subs and baby subs. Like everything in the middle is boring.
We've actually had a decent amount of requests for the 6.5 too. So.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, don't be surprised if I don't know when it's going to be. We haven't really thought of it a whole lot yet, but eventually we'll make a smaller version of that. It's actually going to use a smaller motor too, because that one's just too big, obviously.
Sure. You're killing me. How much is a NDFE? Where did you come up with that name, by the way?
Yeah, that's another. You're gonna get more crazy with names. It's the NDFEB is just the molecular abbreviation for neodymium. So if you were to search like neodymium magnet on Wikipedia, it would say NDFEB. You're like, wait a minute, because everybody and their mother would call their first subs the Neo version 1, Neo version 2, Neo V3. Well, it's technically the same thing. NDFEB is the same thing, but it just sounds a little bit.
But it's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's slightly complicated, but after you say it about 550 million times, you get it pretty good at it.
So how much is a NDFEBLD 21? Throw it out there. I want one. How many?
1,300.
Oh, that's not bad.
Dude, the 8 isn't that bad either. When I looked it up on it,
for real. I mean, talking about $325 for an 8, like that is expensive, but for what you get, I mean,
that's nothing.
Okay. So we're going to be really kind of broadcasting this here once we get a little bit more upgrade on production capability. Something we're really doing right now is the whole philosophy of HCA is kind of this thing. It's efficiency, and yes, the subs are relatively more expensive than another sub in its whatever class. But the philosophy with what we're really trying to get out there is if you have a more efficient sub, it doesn't need as much power as a lot of the other subs to get the same dB, and it sounds better. So then therefore overall you don't have to spend as much on amplifiers, batteries, wire, alternator, the whole kit and caboodle, and then even though you spent more on the sub, you technically spent less on the overall system.
Sure.
That's a plus.
I mean, that's a great, snippet on the website or something, but try to convince people of that. Forget about it.
For now.
For now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. You gotta get them out there. But no, I'm a big fan of sensitivity. As long as it doesn't take a huge box or take a hit on low end extension. So something's got to give. Something's got to give.
I give up. I can't find it.
Oh, he was looking for the 421's build to share it on the screen so people could look at it. But if they want to look, what's the guy's name again?
Brian Anderson.
Brian Anderson.
Too vague of a name. Is he from Florida?
No, he's from here in town, Rapid City, South Dakota.
Does he have a Facebook?
Yeah.
I will look again then.
Probably watching this right now.
Oh, Eric wants to know if y'all are gonna make amps too. Here we go. Now you gotta start reading amp books.
So we've actually talked about amps quite a bit.
Oh Lord, I was kidding. Here we go.
It's gonna be a normal amp.
If we do build an amp, it's gonna be pretty crazy. But I mean, that's a long ways down the road too.
It's gonna be a Neo amp.
Yes.
Neo amp.
Full bridge Neo.
A little above our heads right now.
Yeah.
We got some learning to do before we jump into the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, back to your the whole the prices and actually the bad thing is we really kind of did that for the sub is overall a really good value. You get an extremely high quality sub, really good looking sub in our opinion / almost everybody's opinion, to be 100% honest. and it's built in America. It's made by us. It's not like some cheapy sub. Like the realest deal you can get.
Right.
Is what we're really aiming for. So I don't know. Whenever you kind of consider all that into the price, it's pretty reasonable. So,
I wasn't being facetious when I said that. I really honestly think
yeah.
a Neo 21 at $1,300 is a steal. I mean, if you try to find another 21 out there that's worth a shit for that kind of money, and
like I looked it up right now. Like one of the most well-known 8s right now, brand new, is $259, and it's not Neo. Yeah. So man.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is.
So
let's just take like a random, let's say a 12, one of your 12s. Like, what sort of a box does it like?
Between, like I say, and one of our NDFB 212s probably between 1.8 to 2.5 cubic feet. So a pretty typical size box. Nothing ridiculously large needed. So. And yeah, so the methodology behind the efficiency thing is just having an extremely, whatever you really get down to the basics, is an extremely strong motor and a really lightweight moving mass with appropriate amount of exercise. So
the problem, I mean, obviously I'm speaking to our viewers here. The problem with a very strong motor and light moving mass when it comes to a sub is that it starts to become super like one-note wonder-ish. Say what?
Say that again. Kind of got all staticky there for a second.
Oh, so I was saying the problem with doing a really strong motor and having super lightweight moving mass, especially the two together, is it starts to become a burp sub. It starts to become super sensitive at one note and starts to lose bandwidth.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as you can, you can EQ it out sometimes if people have that or whatever. But, you get this huge lift at tuning and then a huge roll off on either side. So we've talked about it on the show before, but, you can't, there's no free lunch, right? You can either have sensitivity. So yeah, sensitivity, small box, low end extension, you can only pick two. So with a 2.5 cubic foot box for your 12, it sounds like maybe y'all leaned a little bit on the sensitivity and low end extension side, maybe give up a little bit of box size. Is that sort of y'all's mode of thinking?
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
So yes, no.
Yeah.
Did I break up? I don't know.
No. He just said yes, confirmed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. There we go. You make it a little bit bigger box. Okay, I'm good with that. Actually, I mean, if you're doing smaller builds, like if you just want a single sub, let's just say somebody just wants 115 or something. Like you want to kind of lean towards a larger box sub so that you don't have to have 215. You know what I mean? Like if you can get 115 that's 93 dB sensitive versus having to do 215s that are 90, which is unheard of. I'm just throwing out numbers. You can be just as loud with 115 on the same power as 215.
Yeah, in theory.
Yeah, so you save half the, maybe you need a little bit bigger box for a single, but you save having to buy another 15. It's fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that kind of ties back into that whole thing. So but essentially, yeah, into the name of the game. So.
I like that. I like sensitivity.
Getting on in here. So that's kind of like a whole mindset. So I'll be honest, my end all be all goal. Yeah, I know it's hard to achieve and everything, but in ideal world, like the real dream is to have like an average walled system. I don't know, 418s, no extreme cabinet or anything, to be doing 60s off head unit power, no amp, no batteries, no nothing. So whether it's possible, I don't know, but we'll find out. That's a goal.
I mean,
20 years out, 50 years out, alien technology, super sub.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. See.
The future, man.
I mean, I don't know if you could do that off of.
Exactly, I don't know, but we'll find out.
Proof.
I mean, let's just say, okay, so
get one of those big fusion. What's that big fusion head unit that does like 80 watts per channel or something?
Is there one? Okay,
yeah, there is.
I was gonna say the Sony is probably the strongest one right now. It does like 50 watts per channel. I actually tested it. It does 36. But let's just say 50 watts. So let's see how loud can people get on 50 watts times 4, 50 by 4. I don't care if it's coming from the actual head unit, but let's just say 50 watts clamped. 50 watts clamped per sub stock cabin. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's just there's got to be some progression in the whole industry. Somebody's got to.
It's not going to happen with the current transducers that we have. I mean, it'll be like a servo or something stupid. Because the subs that we like, the type of subwoofers we use these days are ridiculously, unbelievably, retardedly inefficient. I don't know if anybody knows. 1%. Yeah, like people that are watching, if you don't know, it's like subs are like 1%, 2% efficient. So that means 98% of the power that you send is just getting dissipated. It's just getting wasted.
Yeah. Think about what you can do. You know, like a 7,500 watt amp is approximately 10 horsepower. It's like, you know, you can have like a small little motorcycle to drive you around town for 10 horsepower.
I mean, it's like a Honda.
You know, barely do anything with the 7,500 watt amp. It's weird, man. You know?
Dude, for real, this is the shit that keeps me up at night. For real, like, how can we make a sub, 96 or 4% efficient, let alone just 1 or 2? You know, if you could double your
2
efficiency
to 4, huh?
overnight, that would be like.
Yeah, like another way of putting it is, we have a lathe out there that's 15 horsepower, and you can like remove, I don't know, what is it, like 2 to 3 pounds of steel a minute with 15 horsepower, and you can't do that with, it's like some people aren't hardly doing anything with 15 horsepower amps to their sub. Like
it drives me batty.
It's very different stuff here. Yeah.
It drives me batty.
So,
but we won't be using this technology soon. No. I mean, sooner or later, somebody's going to figure out a servo.
We got some fun things with that toys.
This is like the next thing, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are some retarded expensive like HT subs out there that are like that. But
cool. But yeah, you want to see some molds?
Yes. Yeah. Take us on a tour, cuz.
Yeah, just go through the whole process. Let's go through the whole process of building a sub. Let's just
sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if we're gonna do that, let's actually not start with the molds.
Yeah. Just go to the mining facility where you got your shovel at, and with the respirator.
That's out back.
Respirator, hopefully.
Okay. So essentially, how a sub starts out.
Hey, is this your place? Like, this is y'all's business?
Yeah, this is
This isn't one of your houses or something?
No, that's a real deal. So, so essentially it starts out literally as steel rack. Oh, that's heavy. So this is like one of the steel rack that we have. We used a amount of steel already.
Yeah, go full screen.
Varying sizes. So our pieces for our little pillars, aka we call nuggets, center pole. Oh, I'm not aiming it right. Center pole material. And, just kind of like all the rod parts of the components. And then there's also the plates and everything, too. So we'll go over here. Over to the other side. So those ones are super heavy. Essentially, it starts out, the top plates and the bottom plates start out as a steel plate. This is our 1-inch thick plate for our NDFB2. Then all our other sizes. So
do y'all have those made, or you made that all in house too? Those circles.
So we get those cut to a circle by somebody else. We don't actually do that here, but then we get those as that. So then from here, we go to the machines. So we go to the lathe side. I have all our machines are off right now, so there wasn't super noisy or anything.
Jeez.
But this is like one of our CNC lathes. We actually have 2 of them right now. So we do a lot of, this is like the one we use for more of like the simple stuff. So like our nuggets, it has some. Yeah, so these are like the Ada nuggets. We make tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of these. So then whenever it gets to the other, literally, thousands and thousands of pounds of them. So then from here, we'll go to the other lathe. So this is our very nice one we just got. Our Puma dual spindle live tooling lathe. Pretty legit. It's actually a pretty complicated machine to run. but this is one we use for all of our plate turning. So we can drill and turn the plates and do like a second spindle operation in one, and really get some stuff going with that.
Hey, I hate to interrupt you. Like that machine that you were just touching right behind you. How much does that thing cost?
New, they're about 180,000.
Oh my God! All right, move on.
So
then this is why your sub isn't $100.
Yeah, exactly. You know, people want to pay this a ridiculously low price for a sub, but they don't realize it's like literally somebody's livelihood is dependent on.
I mean, you got $1 million worth of stuff in your shop there. I mean, it's crazy.
And then this is the mill that we have, and I don't know, we might be swapping out for another mill. I have some issues. Anybody want to buy a mill? But this is our good all 40/20. It's actually pretty big.
How much shipped?
For real.
That's how you can machine a piece of material that's 40 inches wide by 20 inches long by 20 inches tall. So a big cube if you wanted to. You might be wondering, hey, do you actually ever machine a part that big? Actually, yeah. So I don't know. This is some of our aluminum stocks. So this is some of our 4-inch thick aluminum plate that we have.
Holy crap.
So yes, parts are that big.
That's crazy.
And then
who in their right mind has a machine shop like that and doesn't do like dual inputs and bus bars?
We can.
I know. I'm just kidding.
We mainly just focus on the subs.
I know. That's good.
Then,
we need you.
Earlier I was mentioning that I bought another lathe after I sold the other one, and this is the one that we made the majority of, literally all of the subs on before we had the CNC stuff. This is my big manual turret lathe. This thing's huge. So.
That's like OG stuff.
That's the workhorse there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing don't screw around.
Yeah.
So. This is what I was saying, 15 horsepower removing tons of steel and all that.
That's the one. That's the ones you see on Reddit killing people when they get caught in it and they flip over.
Oh my God! Don't even.
Yeah, this thing would eat you. Look how big the chuck is.
Yeah. You're not stopping that with your leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Somebody screenshot that and make a meme.
Yes, immediately.
We've been using that. We use this thing for, I don't know, just odds and ends stuff that doesn't need to, you don't want to set up the entire CNC machine to just do some simple operation. Or if you got something that needs some serious meat removed, and not actually human meat.
Yeah. It could do both. It could do both simultaneously.
It could do both. And then, so
discriminate.
I don't know.
This is crazy. I've never seen. I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen this. I mean, I know Fadehead because he's a nerd, but I just never seen this side of it.
Yeah. So then I love it. Assembly that's about to go to its next process, but essentially this is the plate machined on it. We actually did these earlier today, so this is a new batch.
You welded that too, or?
Yeah, so you do the TIG welding. We did I'll try and zoom in on it. See it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's aimed right. I can't look at what's.
Yeah, it's on there. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then the center pole is welded to it. Then we do a final machining operation after the welding, so then everything's all perfectly nice and true to each other and flat. So this is a whole process to figure out. Trust me, this took forever. And then it's simple to make one sub. It really is. But whenever you're we got to be able to make these and not spend 55 years making them, but still have really good quality, then it gets a little bit more crazy. And then this is an 8 bottom plate for those 8s. It's before they're welded and before the powder coating. A nice, really cute looking finish on them and everything.
How many of y'all are there?
There's 3 of us.
3, bro.
I know, I got that part, but do you not have any guys pushing a broom? Are you taking applications?
We actually do all that, man. We do all the shop setup and all the machining. Ed and I do the majority of I don't know, I guess you would call it the heavier fabrication, the machining stuff and the welding and all that. This is the NDFB2 top plate. The 18, the 21 that you're just talking about. This is what it would. So here, hold that. I'm gonna grab the plasma cut one. Hold it.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
this is retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, here, check it. Before and after.
Jeez.
Oh, here you go. Yeah. So that's what happens.
Now, how many hours from that to that?
Not actually that many. That particular part, just the one single part, is probably only 20 minutes or so.
Oh.
Mainly because we really perfected the method. They used to take us a lot longer than that, but after a lot of, trial and error testing, learning more stuff, you learn to be able to make them faster. So then next, after that.
Somebody asked, what is the AISI number of steel you use? I don't know if that's a legit question.
I wish I could tell you that. That's secretive.
There it is.
So.
Sorry for asking.
But otherwise, okay, so then after the parts are machined, you want to get them coated. And we try to do a really nice coating on the stuff. Like if you see the pictures on the website and everything, we really go for that like piano gloss, like polished black look.
Yeah.
And that's done at like the shop literally right next to us. Like I kid you not, on the other side of that wall is the powder coat shop. Luckily enough, like it just happened to work out like that. But this is like after powder coat. We're upside down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we made these cute little racks to hold them. But yeah, this is, and then if you want any custom powder coat or whatever, we can do that, or they can do it. But we contract it.
It's crazy. Like, you didn't have to do that. Like that's an extra step that
exactly.
That's man.
So now it's like, see how bright it is? Okay. Now we're in the assembly room. So after the parts come back from powder coat, here, check this out. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, this place looks like a little laboratory. I'm trying not to show the whole thing. But then, I don't know, just in the little. Jeez. This is just a handful of parts that just recently got done. Then
you got little back there.
I almost damaged some. Oops. But yeah, that's kind of what's up. So then that's where they go till they're about ready to be assembled. And then we do have a nice little assembly jig that we use to put them all together. I'm not going to show that one now, just because we spent a lot of time making it and don't want people stealing that. So, but we do have a jig where we can safely put the motors together without cutting all our fingers off. And then for the carbon fiber side of stuff. So this is the mold area. Hold on. Ooh.
Oh my God.
So those are some of the molds. They're a little dusty right now. But then, like, there's our 3.5. Is this in good view? I can't see anything.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. This is like our 3.5-inch ones for the ADAs, and we have like a different angle. So like the flange is a different angle on the carbon cone than it is the paper cone. So like the carbon ones are a 20 degree, a little bit shallower, and then the paper ones are 45 degree. And then our bigger molds. So these are like our bigger ones for our dust caps and all that. And Tom, he's not here right now. He's out busy.
Dude,
doing
look how nice that is.
I know. It doesn't look like a human did that with their hands.
I know, for real. This is
I mean?
crazy.
Yeah, so literally this is the mold for that one. So, you see how air fits it? Oh, I can't even barely pull it off. But yeah, we machine the mold. Like, is this still in good view? I can't see anything. And then, we machine the molds on our lathe. And then Tom does his super finesse maneuvers and polishes them up and does the coating and all that. And then even more crazy, we won't be needing these in the future, but there's a handful of subs that we do have them on, is we make these carbon fiber tubes. So this is like a 40 thousandths of an inch thick carbon fiber. Is that in good view?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 40 thousandths of an inch thick carbon fiber tube that is the voice coil former extension, because the particular we didn't plan on having carbon cones like that at first. So the coils we had at that particular time didn't have a long enough former, so we're like, well, we could do some like ghetto stuff and hook some aluminum on it or whatever, but let's make a carbon fiber tube. So we did. That mold's crazy looking. And then the really big one for the
that's the one right there.
The sauce.
How much does that thing weigh?
It's actually not super heavy. The whole combo together is probably like 120 pounds.
Oh, that's not bad.
It looks like it would be like 500, but
sure.
I'm not picking that up, but
no.
But yeah, you saw that those giant blocks of 4-inch thick aluminum back there. That is what we turn them into.
And you made that right there. That pretty. Oh my God, I can't even fathom how to start.
I know, bro. Where do you start?
I mean,
here, I'll show you guys some. Just the mini process of how that particular thing is done.
It looks too pretty that a human, like I said, like a human person did it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, this is kind of behind our air compressor because it's probably scrap, but I like to keep it around because it's kind of cool. Really, it might be hard to see, but that giant block of aluminum right there with the holes in it. So that was water jet cut. We did that. We have a place that has a water jet, so they cut that 4-inch thick crap with a 70,000 psi stream of water. discs.
Hey, I want you to cut a piece out of that and then make me a keychain from it. From the same block.
No, I want that to be a sub baffle in some kind of wall
or something. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we happen to have enough material to do that. And then, but then from there, that giant chunk of material, I posted some pictures there a long time ago. I don't know if anybody really saw them, but I posted pictures of like actually machining that mold on this. So I machined it on here, and then it's not like a super nice finish yet. So then Tom took over and polished it up and made it all like super nice, and it worked out really good.
Jeez.
But so then that's kind of how it is done. So get the parts in, and then we have all our other parts. There's some parts I don't know, we just don't have the capability of making yet. We buy the baskets, we buy surrounds, we have they're all custom parts, but custom spiders and all that. But we don't make those here.
It's not feasible to do that yet.
Yeah. Some of the equipment for that stuff's kind of crazy, like steam presses and hot foam. I don't know, squishy thingies. But
the old squishy thingy.
Yeah,
squishy thingy.
$5 squishy things.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. So and then I don't know. This is a cone here and up in there. It's like,
dude, I want to go and work there like immediately. That looks like a friggin' wonderland.
Yeah,
it's crazy up in here. And then like this is a smaller one of the 8-inch cones before it's trimmed. You can see it's not nearly as big because obviously the 8.
So you smush them, right? The two molds, you smush them. That's why the finish is so perfect on both sides. Because a lot of times when you're making carbon fiber, like hand laid carbon fiber like that, only one side is display.
Yep, exactly. And then that's also a thing why we don't vacuum bag the cones is we could make a single piece cone and like vacuum bag. I'm sure you've seen that technique.
Yeah.
And the back side of the cone is pretty gnarly, and then the front side's nice, but there's a lot of problems with vacuum bagging. Think about if you got a ton of cones to make. Think about how many vacuum bags you got to make, and hope to God that all of them feel right. Then you got to heat them up, or you got to use resin that takes a long time to cure without getting it everywhere. It's
a win-win if you have a two-piece like you have. It's a win-win. You get a finished
It's pretty on both sides.
Yeah, it's pretty on both sides, and you don't have to worry about all the vacuum.
Ooh.
Yeah, like
dude, that is so retarded.
Yeah.
This one was kind of cool. We put a decal on the back of the cone. I kind of like that. What do you?
Yeah.
I honestly, dude, how much? Let's say I wanted to buy a 15-inch cone from you, a carbon fiber cone. How much is it?
Well, if you do, where's it? Yeah, cones up here. Here, there's some blue ones here. Ooh, kind of hard to see as a dark blue, but and then just a quick note, we can do other crazy stuff like this. So,
like, dude, look at that. It looks.
Is that like one of them 3D pictures?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's I don't know what design it is. It's kind of some weird design, but essentially how that is, that's just a fabric, like a surfboard technique where they lay fabric in the resin. That's what it is. Like you go to the quilt shop and get something like that. And then this is a little chrome nugget. Ooh. But otherwise, how much does it cost?
Yeah.
So if you want a 15-inch carbon cone, it's going to come with one of our dust caps because they match the same angle as the cone. You wouldn't want to use somebody else's dust cap. Right. Nasty seam. With a surround, it's about $220. So
I mean, it's not terrible. That's real. It seems like y'all would sell a ton of those.
Yeah, we're actually thinking once we get a little bit more capability, we're going to open that up on the website and literally just have some of our custom parts for sale. It's because why not? It's like other people would benefit from using those cones, and might as well, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you need to make that happen immediately.
Yeah.
And then, so we probably will be doing that. So a big phase of what we're in right now is kind of rebuild. I don't know, I call it the rebuild. It's like a restructure of how we've been making everything. Like, making everything run a little bit faster, improving our methods, scaling up production capability and all that. So then hopefully we're trying to make a timeline by early spring to be like back in full production and really hitting the advertising hard and everything. So that'll be fun. And but yeah, look how crazy this thing looks.
It's basically just a big ass drill, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know did you see last week's episode with Toolmaker?
I did not. I should have watched it. That would have been awesome.
Anyway, well, one of the things we brought up to him was like a live stream of like the machines working.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna we're gonna put it out there to you too. Like if you could live stream, or not necessarily live stream, but record someone's sub being made. You know what I mean? Like that would be dope.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
here's the video of your sub being machined from this to this, and then this to this. You know what I mean? That would be so sick.
That'd be really cool. We could also do it with like the carbon fiber layup and all that too. That'd be sweet.
For sure. Like you could give, you know, whatever it winds up being, you know, like however much raw video, like here's your sub. You know what I mean? Like the birth of a sub. I would pay extra for that.
Yeah, it's like how Domino's does the tracker thing.
Exactly. Right.
Similar. Patent pending.
We've been kind of talking about something like that. Oh yeah. Here's a big request just for anybody watching. If anybody is like some really cool videographer guy that takes videos and makes really cool stuff and cool things like that and records, I'd pay him to come out and take some videos of some of this stuff. Because the problem is like we're just so busy like actually doing it, we always forget to, you know.
Dude, a hype video, like stuff being done, and then like bam on your molds and like all that. Oh my god, that would be so sick.
Tip flying and stuff out of the
yes.
Lincoln Park playing.
Yeah, pull it out of the powder coat. This is some of the scraps for making stuff. But yeah. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, really. I mean, the stuff itself is moderately simple, but I mean, we literally pulled this out of the dirt, man. We started it from nothing. So,
dude, look how fast.
I know.
I mean,
I love
a couple years. That's just.
I love the grassroots.
Yes.
Thing,
yes.
It's so sick.
But, yeah, that's something I like about it. Something I'm so appreciative of our customers and just the overall audience for like this. Kind of the whole American-made something. Like I know FI does it. FI does it really good together. I don't know. We fully support each other. What we got going on. I'd love to have Scott up here and give him a tour sometime. I'm sure he'd like.
I actually messaged Scott last week about coming on the show, but he ignored me. I guess I get no love. Anybody out there that's watching that talks to Scott more than I do, which is once.
He's got millions to spend, dude. Chill out.
I know he's got shit to do.
Yeah.
So Eric wants to know whose spiders do you use. That also leads me to what coils do you use?
Spiders, I'm not gonna tell anybody.
All right.
Coils, we all know who makes that.
PE.
Yep.
There you go. Hey, one more tick in the American made box. I like that.
Dang right. And yes, we know that.
I mean, I didn't know. Not everybody knows.
Yep. I'm sure we could probably make surrounds eventually, but I know I can make the mold, but it's a process. We'd have to nail that.
And that would be sick. Like you would have people buying from you at that point. You know what I mean? If you could do surround, yeah, you would be the OEM.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, get on it. Like just start making molds and like pouring 2-part foam in there until you figure it out. Damn it.
Yeah. Who cares if it comes out yellow or something?
Yeah, who cares? Actually make yellow ones.
Yeah. No, that would be cool. Make different.
That would be sick. We got green spiders. Now we need yellow surrounds. I got that.
What about who's down for a yellow stuff? That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah. We do have yellow cones. You want to get that little Kevlar film?
Like for how long subs is just constantly black forever? You know, I mean, black is hot, but man, just to
dude, I love yellow Kevlar. It is so sexy to me. It's so tough looking.
Yeah, I got it. It just looks military-ish.
It does.
Yeah, look at it. Like you can't shoot through that.
No, you can't. You can't
take a bullet. Yeah,
can you do?
Go shoot it. Yeah, go shoot it.
Can you do? I know this is retarded, but can you do dry finish? Is that a thing, or your molds don't lend themselves to that?
I've actually never tried it, so probably, but I'm not sure.
I like the dry look.
You mean like matte? It looks matte.
No, it's like it's not glossy like that.
I just said
one thing crazy about the Kevlar is so tough. Like if you were to grab like one of those carbon fiber dust caps and really force it and bend it, it would like break like a piece of glass, right? But then you bend the Kevlar and it'll snap, but it won't like break. Like the fibers are so tough, the resin will break out of the fibers and the fibers are still there. It's kind of crazy, man. That Kevlar is tough. Like I understand why they use it for bulletproof vests and skid plates and stuff like that. It's tough.
Yeah, can you make a bulletproof dust cap?
I did a ton. I was Skip alluded to it earlier in the episode, but I was actually thinking about doing some carbon fiber stuff. I mean, personally.
Now you see what you got to do. You got to make that mold.
No, but here's the thing. I did a lot of research on Kevlar versus carbon fiber, and it also led me to fiberglass. So I started doing the research on like the different properties of each and why is carbon fiber such a boner, you know? And it turns out like carbon fiber is not the best material for so many applications. Kevlar's better in some. Fiberglass, honestly, for a lot of what we use carbon fiber for, is fiberglass is just fine. You know, it's just a little bit heavy. So there's like rigidity, and there's, you know, how much it can flex, and like it's crazy.
Yeah, but fiberglass doesn't have the sauce as a carbon fiber.
But Kevlar is a shit. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, never mind. And then, but yeah, what's cool is like if we were to do a fiberglass cone with the resin that we use, you could almost get a cone to be perfectly clear. It'd be kind of fun.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. Tom is here, our third guy.
Hey, do you when you lay your carbon fiber, do you like turn it? Hey,
some people have seen Tom before. He's the other co-owner as well, and Tom's been here since the start. We kind of all have in a way. So.
It looks like you're about to whip somebody's ass.
Right, he looks mad. Why you look so
angry?
Why
you're not building shit? I paid a bill.
Get to work. Get to work, damn it.
If you order a carbon fiber part, or at least have a carbon fiber part from us so far, he's one that made it.
Oh, well, that's the question I was asking right before you walked in. I was like, do you take the time? Like, what weave do you use? Do you like overlay? Do you do it in different directions, like 45, 45, 90, 90?
Yeah, so we actually, it took a while to develop where we're at now. So like all of our small stuff, all the less powerful things, when we're going for more lightweight, less strength, we're looking at a 3-ply, like our cones on our eights are 3-ply, and they're on 0-30-60. So that's just the standard twill weave, nothing too crazy. And then I don't know, but yeah, pretty simple. We found that to be pretty strong for most everything we do. And then if we're ever doing anything crazy, we'll look at doing 4-layer, 5-layer.
So like anybody who's watching it doesn't know, like carbon fiber is only strong in like one direction. You know what I mean? Like it'll resist one way or another depending on the weave. But if you do it like he just said, if you turn it, if you do 3 layers and do one like this, one like this, one like this, it increases the strength, in several axes.
Yeah, I'll grab one that kind of shows that.
Yeah. Actually, we're gonna need y'all to like stand on one like people do, and like
So that's another thing. Okay, so a lot of people like carbon fiber cone subs to be like a trampoline, where they get a sub and they like jump on it. Stuff. It's like, okay, the sub is used to be a sub, not a trampoline. So there's a point at which the cone doesn't need to be any stronger than it really is. And we've kind of found that so far with our 3-layer cones. We're actually coming out with another cone that'll probably be even stronger than the one we're using now.
I want 1 layer.
Legit. So, but yeah. Oh, here's Tom. He's coming in with some crazy
I want
stuff.
a 1-layer cone. I want a 1-layer.
The 1-layer is crazy.
I'm gonna grab a steak.
Oh,
he is. I think he's gonna jump on it.
We've done a 1-layer cone before, and it actually did surprisingly well.
That's what I need. I need a 1-layer cone, a 1-layer coil. I need like carbon fiber, friggin' former, all that, dude. All that. I need I would need a 1,000 watt burp sub. Make that happen.
But yeah, so you can see like we've got these 3 different layers here, and those are just on the 3 different axes. So it makes it strong in the multiple directions. But then that all comes, we just use this with the raw fabric. It's got a little bit of a stabilizer on it to just make sure that weave stays looking nice. And then other than that, pretty simple.
Pretty simple, but took a lot of time to get it to where it was at today.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it looks easy from here.
That's the point. It's like we really wanted to make this like a lot more simple of a process, like compared to what it used to be. It used to be chaos, and now it's getting pretty nice. So
I think a big deal, like I don't think a lot of people understand like how much optimization you can do like on the CNC, like on your lathes and stuff. Like a part that could take an hour, if you can shave 15 minutes off it, that's huge,
Yep, exactly. So that's like what I was saying earlier. Is like even just going from the manual machine to the CNC, you know, years and years of advancement and tons of hours to save time. So
Get product in your hands faster that way.
yeah, so pretty cool. And then,
good.
Dude, are y'all? This is for Ed and Tom. Are y'all pissed that it's called Hutchinson? Like, if y'all can smack him with that carbon cone right now, I won't mind.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't care. Just keep signing the checks, mofo.
That's good, man. I've got no issue with that.
Yeah.
check out this jacket he's got. Even
There we
Oh,
go.
I want one.
It says Ed on this side though,
What?
so that's high.
What? Hey, I'll take that one. I'll
Yeah,
be
I
Ed
want
from
one,
it.
me. I want one that says Ed.
look at this blue shirt.
Yeah, it's blue.
Hey, I want every Hutchinson audio shirt that goes out the door say Ed on it from now on.
Yeah. You should be able to choose. Have a drop down box. Ed,
Yes,
Tom,
Ed or
Nick.
Tom, and no Nicks.
Yeah,
None.
Yeah, no Nick. Yeah.
None.
Not Nick.
Not Nick. Ed, Tom, not Nick. Oh my God, it's genius.
It is.
Bro, there's
Another quick thing. If anybody does want a shirt, we do sell those.
Showtime SPL, Ed
Yeah.
Lester says he wants a carbon fiber basket. Holla! Oh my God.
We've actually talked about
Of course.
making
you have.
carbon
Yeah,
baskets.
Everything,
I mean,
everything we bring up is like, yeah,
we got
we
that.
dabbled.
I don't know, man. We have these days where we just go nuts and like, shout off ideas. And
South
Dude, those
Dakota.
are the team building meetings I want to be a part of. Can y'all like Skype me into that meeting when y'all are talking about crazy ass awesome stuff like that?
like only if you could see that whiteboard.
I got ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff, man. Like I said, man, got to get the audio industry from the 90s into what it is.
Oh, 100%. I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you.
I really I like to do something different. There's a lot of companies out there that aren't doing something different, but could be doing something different, and we're going to be the ones that are doing something.
Hey, we need
that's why
to
y'all
go.
stand out. That's why y'all stand out. And
That's right.
within
We
a
need
year,
y'all.
Like you said, a year and a half, y'all been blowing up every day. It seems like something, I see somebody else posting about it,
Thank you. Yeah.
It's just, that stands out huge, especially today's market, where everybody's just, going on website and buying this to sell, 100 of.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing it by hand, each
By
one.
hand.
It's
I
just
mean,
wild, man.
crazy, dude.
Like literally because Tom does like a pretty good section of what goes on here and everything, but it's like literally like the gluing process of the sub. Either your sub got glued up by me or it got glued up by him.
Yep.
That's it.
Y'all need to start signing them or putting stickers, inspected or built by number 10, not Nick.
We got build sheets. Yeah, your sub comes with a sheet that says it was built by. So. And then,
now you're going to have video of people's subs being built, and you'll be like, hey, it's me.
That'd be fun. I really am going to do that.
Somebody wants to know what the 10X is. Matthew Stark says, what is the 10X for on your hat?
10X. Okay. Real awesome thing. What was it? Like, it was about a month ago now, right?
Yeah. First week of February.
Yeah. So I'm really into this guy. The guy that I look up to for like business advice, his name's Grant Cardone. Shout out to Grant Cardone. He's really on in my head. And but he put on this ginormous conference. It's the biggest entrepreneurial conference that has ever existed in the history of humanity. 33,000 people showed up. It was in Miami, Florida, and we went to that. 10X growth.
Wasn't Jonathan Price just at that one?
Yeah, JP. Yeah, JP and I were there.
We met him there. We went out for tacos.
Strike one, guys.
Yep, strike one. Sorry.
You saw that.
We got to cut it here.
You saw that picture? We posted we were in the ghetto of Miami. That was pretty cool. Dude, there was a bike. We were eating dinner, and there was a full bike when we went in. And then we went out, and there was just a frame.
Still chained up to the sign, though.
Yeah.
They cut the wheels off.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, that's where it was at. But that's where we ate there. It was really fun. So, but,
right,
yeah, kind of.
So
awesome.
Tom is the one I need to be talking to for the prize for the $150 challenge, I guess. You got here late. They'll fill you in later.
Okay.
So we're also gonna need a rename of this company when it's something like Three Amigos or the Trio, the Hutchinson Three,
Triangle of Death.
the Neo Tree, something. Well, hey, everybody, put your suggestions in the comments below, and PM Hutchinson Car Audio for your rename suggestions.
The other two overslept and they went sign the bill of the new business name.
Yeah. We can't just have you as the face anymore. Sorry.
Dude.
He's like, stop it. I don't.
But yeah, it's pretty funny.
Carbon fiber spiders coming next too.
Carbon fiber, everything.
Yes.
All the things.
I mean, you just gotta wrap it shittily.
You just gotta figure out how much resin you gotta impregnate to make them still be able to move.
If you really like splinters, that might be a way to go. But I can tell you, those aren't fun.
What resin do you use? U.S. Composites? Is it a trade secret?
Special sauce, man.
Special sauce.
The secret sauce.
That's just a high impact resin. It's a high impact resin.
Show them one of those little copper magnets right there.
Copper magnets.
But
are you no, all your stuff has terminals, right? You can request directleads, but most of it
you can request directleads if you want.
What loser would do that? Ugh.
I hate directleads. I used to be a big fan of directleads, but
no.
Dude, I hate it.
It's just a game. I don't know. I understand it if you're going
No, don't make an excuse for them, Nick. There's no reason direct lead should exist.
And there's really no reason for anything less than 4 gauge push terminals.
For
like
sure.
Forget it.
Even on an 8.
On an 8.
400
make them 4 gauge.
But if somebody wants direct leads,
you can.
We appreciate that. A little bit more.
Block sender.
So we're gonna need a sub. Skip and I both. Actually, we could probably share one.
Yeah, so I'm about to say
we're definitely gonna need one.
8 or something.
At least I need you to make the most retarded, ridiculous, strongest, lightest burp sub that you can possibly make, and that's the one we're gonna need.
Okay.
Make
that a thing?
Make it saucy.
I'm not even talking about something on your current lineup. You want the proto something? we're about to we're getting crazy up here.
The secret stuff that's right there.
Yes, that one right there.
Yeah.
Just write our names on it.
Honestly, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm all about that. But if you want, I would love to test one of your current offerings, like something that people can just order off the website. Because I've tested a sub here and there. But we'll talk about that.
That was the old fade.
Shout out. He's been doing some excellent testing.
Who's that?
Ronnie Smith.
Who's that?
Shout out.
Who's that?
Wow.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Poor guy, man. Way cool.
Nobody.
But yeah, I think
people other than Ronnie Smith like things that are larger than 8 inches. I'm just saying. No one gives a shit about 8s anymore.
Yeah, chill out, Ronnie.
6.5. Get out of here.
Get a new bag, bro.
People need to know that you make subs larger than 8 inches. I'm just saying.
There's definitely been a war started with 8-inch subs. It seems like.
Yes.
After we made that, the next thing you know, there was a bazillion 8s that came out, and then there's also so I want this to be very clear to people. There are 8-inch subs and there are 9-inch subs.
This is true.
So there's a handful of those 9-inch subs, and comparing a 9-inch sub to an 8 is definitely not quite on the same playing field.
What are you talking about?
18 to 15. So, yeah.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about
oversized 8-inch?
Sundown?
Yeah. We're talking about the war of 8-inch subs that seemed to come out of nowhere as of in the last 9 months. Everybody and their mother came out with an 8 or a 9-inch sub in the last 8 months.
Yeah. I'm not worried about an 8. I need a 12, 15, 12, 15.
Well,
I don't know. Can we get a 12?
That 12 gorgeous little thing.
The white one? Little whitey?
Well, that was a 1.
Oh,
let's just assume 2 TFEs strapped to a certain sub in a CRX. Can you make that happen?
Probably, yeah. What size? 15, 12?
Okay.
32?
I get a 15.
Yeah. He's had a 24 in there before, so
I have.
that's not.
Let's get crazy. Let's do a 15. Let's do it because I happen to have a compact, a Sundown Compact Neo 15. Let's make it a 15, and I'll get something else and a Z and something else.
Get a Warden.
Oh,
just get all the Neo, bro. We doing it.
I have it on good authority that the Warden is actually stronger than the Z. So I think, we don't even have to go custom to get a motor stronger than the Z. So I don't know where DD gets off saying that on their website. That's neither here nor there.
I wonder if they get it with a BL factor because you can have a lot of BL at equilibrium.
Well, just make a dual 8-ohm coil. What's up now? I'll BL the crap out of you.
Yeah.
My weight tag down.
Dual 65 ohm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's on their
because
webpage.
People don't know.
It's on their webpage. It's true. That's all you got to do nowadays.
Yeah, but the BL is not motor. It says the strongest motor on the planet. It doesn't say the strongest sub.
Good point.
So we're talking Gauss. That's like the only thing they can be referencing, really.
Yeah. Nick Wright explained it perfectly, owner and committer. He's like, you need a Gauss over a top plate thickness, a top plate ID, and a center pole OD. And then you can actually get some crap figured out. Like the amount of volume that's actually being concentrated.
I saw that, but none of that matters. It only matters when you take the coil into account. Right? So he's talking about the motor. They said the strongest motor on the planet. So you need some sort of parameter to measure that by. If you're going by Gauss, I mean that's
you measure like the Gauss over the amount of surface area the amount of volume in the gap. So
yeah, but you can suck it up with coil or have a teeny tiny coil. You know what I mean? Like
but if you're just doing the motor itself, that's probably what you do. Yeah, just forget the coil, just the motor itself. Yeah,
right.
If you just say strongest motor, that's probably what you're measuring. But
how else are you going to do it? That's my feeling. I can almost. I'll 100% guarantee it doesn't have 16K. It's just. No,
I'm going to guess probably not more than
10.
9600.
Yeah, it's 10. It's 10 or so. It's 10.
Yeah.
Y'all want the smoke from DD, bro?
I want the smoke from DD. I want it. Show me your gals.
Measure this.
Hashtag show me your gal.
Show me.
Yo, my tweeters have like 22,000. What's up?
Stupid.
We've had a decent amount of requests for mids. We'll probably end up doing mids. Probably, I don't know.
I hate you. Do not produce mids unless you talk to me first.
Why?
You've been put on. You've been put on a warning.
Neo
mids.
Yes, there will be Neo all the things.
Yeah, that now you have to. You cannot come out anything fair right now. It's weird.
Nope. Don't forget it.
It's the rules.
I don't know why we would.
Can you Neo ferrite something?
I won't even play with that ferrite.
is the worst. Oh my god. Do we see any cobalt in the future?
Samarium cobalt?
Yes. Is there any other kind?
We thought about that, but there's one big issue with samarium cobalt. Samarium cobalt, I guess there's two technically, but it's kind of samarium cobalt is not as strong as Neo, and it's more expensive than Neo. So
there's not a benefit really.
The only benefit is the Curie temp is higher.
Yeah, that's about the only big thing is they do have higher thermal, but
yeah, we talked about it earlier. It's not a thing.
What am I doing?
Gauss miner. Yes. Oh my god, I will so do that.
That is I love that. I posted that on one comment thing on I Just Want to Bang a while back. It's like we're in the business of making subwoofers, not space heaters. So.
I mean, we kind of do, since they're 99% of their. Look at that! Look, PC Vogel just posted the question. Look at the name of the sub that he just asked about. It's like seven characters long.
Which
FEB3 Gauss. We talked about it earlier, Casey. It's like, oh no, we didn't do the NDBFEHRT. We did the ETA and the super secret one.
Yeah. Somebody already.
Do you have a naked one? An ND up there?
Just the motor or?
Yeah. You have a naked motor? We didn't do that one.
That's an interesting die. Tom's about to break out a leg.
No, honestly, I'm not even kidding. Y'all need a nickname for that thing too. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna unbolt the top?
I don't know. What do you want to see?
You can't. No, we need a Gauss, weirdo.
You need the Gauss?
Yeah, we want the Gauss. Do you have a naked ND motor up there?
Not any.
Yeah, that one is shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That one doesn't have anything.
Didn't we do that? Though?
No, we just did the ADA and the super secret one on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll try and figure that out here in a bit.
Yeah, we had 10.5 and 16.6.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're not good tests.
No. We'll get that to you in the future.
Got to be a naked indie motor in there somewhere.
We had a bunch of
will
them.
in the future.
Well, okay. I have 10 of them out there that we're building right now. So once we get one of those done, we'll do it.
I hate you. All right. Measure them and then tag us.
Neo and lithium, bro. That's the new wave, huh?
It is.
Yep.
I mean, eventually, obviously, we
All
have to
things
use
Neo?
better material. Yeah. Neo and lithium, all the things. All the things.
Are you not actually
How long before no more ferrite?
squeeze in a little bit?
Is it running out? Yeah, y'all
Ferrite?
been shortchanging Ed this whole time, dude.
For real, the
I
whole
didn't
time.
realize that.
Yeah.
He's been like chipping on the edge.
Give that man some airtime.
All right, we got to wrap this up. So
How long has
I
it
need,
been? don't
I
even
need
know.
like some mission statements.
Hour and a half.
Mission statements. Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months, year, 2 years? Tell us all about it. Wrap it up. Give us your closing arguments, each one of you. I need 3 closing arguments. Bing, bing, bing.
All right. Well, our short-term mission goal, we want to get our shit and you people.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Did we just lose y'all?
I think we did. I'm trying to get my shit in y'all people or something. and
Let it rock.
Zuckerberg was like, "Ew, sorry about
Not
it."
today.
Oh, wow. All right, kick them. We'll talk about them for 5 minutes while they're gone.
How do I do that?
Wow. That was awesome.
Wait. Oh yeah, they can rejoin. Wait, how do I kick? Oh, they're not even there, huh?
Oh, that was so funny. Actually, it's fine.
Oh wait. There it
Oh,
goes.
here they go.
Wait.
Zuckerberg kicked y'all because y'all was talking smack.
My phone died.
Why can I not?
Oh, did it die? That's
Yeah.
funny.
Okay, otherwise, back to what we were. We saved it.
Wait, what phone were you using and which phone are you using now?
Well, I'm using my computer now, but
Okay.
I had a Google Pixel 3 XL.
Okay. Well, the camera on that one was better.
Yeah, by far. And then otherwise, okay. Otherwise,
All right. So let's hear it.
Okay. So short-term goal. Pushing the head out of the picture.
Oh, sorry.
Short-term goal, we want to get our stuff into you people's hands faster. That's what
Yes.
our whole thing right now is just getting this shop to produce the product you guys want as fast as we can.
Without sacrificing quality.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's our biggest, really our biggest focus is just maintaining quality and maintaining performance. So I guess that's mine.
There you go. Optimizing the optimizing production. Tenfold, Tom.
My biggest goal is getting out of South Dakota.
I'm with you, brother. Hey, y'all are welcome down in South Louisiana. It's hot as hell down here all the time. It was like 80 degrees today.
That's wonderful, man. It's like get 10 out right now.
Every time it's super hot like that, just think somebody is freezing to death.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. And I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
But on a real note, though, I want to be able to expand the company quite a bit, be able to produce a lot more, a lot faster, but still, like just like Tom said, maintain the quality. keep the top. We want to make the best product out there, man. We really do. Bottom of our hearts.
I think y'all are doing it.
Yeah,
I think
it's
y'all are doing
definitely on the right track.
Yep. And then I guess mine would be
Rename.
You're always looking up to something. There's always something you want. It's like I always want that Lamborghini. I always want the guy, whatever it is. Somebody always wants stuff like that. And I really like that to be our subs. It's like, God, man, I really want to work my way up to that Hutchinson sub or whatever because it's the best or whatever. I get it. Everybody has their own opinion and everything, but that's the goals. I want everybody just to kind of admire it. And
so you want your sub to be the standard.
Say that again?
You want your sub to be the standard by which others are measured.
Yeah, essentially like the new Z.
That's a very solid goal.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know. And kind of back to what we were talking about earlier is to progress the whole industry in a positive direction is, I have no enemies, man. I really don't want to have any ever.
Well, I mean, some people say if you don't have haters, you're not doing.
I know I have haters, but there's like nobody that I'm like, I don't like you or whatever. I really like to support the whole community and like as much overall DB as possible. I know people like try to start crap or whatever, but it's like, come on, man, let's have some fun. Like, I don't know.
Oh, he's so young and unjaded, Skip.
Yeah.
He's so young.
Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, listen, I want you to go your whole career without any haters, man. And honestly, I love what you guys are doing over there. And this is obviously a sort of a stretch, but I will liken you guys to Tesla. In the car industry, y'all are doing things that other companies won't do or can't do, and I love it. Keep pushing, keep making the things that other people think are too expensive or are too hard to make, and do your thing. I love it.
Wow, I really do appreciate it. Like I've always been hoping it's been that way. It's really cool to hear that. So
I love all the self-talk stuff too. I mean, that's fantastic.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and another big thing about it is we really do listen. We listen to everybody. Everybody has an opinion, whether it's good or bad. We filter the good stuff and chuck the other crap. So we listen. We listen to everybody.
I love that. Am I friends with the other two on Facebook?
You might not be.
I'll have to add you, man.
Yeah, Tom Voberil, Ed Valdez.
Ed Valdez and Tom what?
Voberil.
Voberil.
Hey, the name that shall not be spoken. Come
That's
on,
right.
She killed Harry, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, is that a ginger?
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, this is it, and I really hope this is just the start. And I know it is.
It is.
3 of us, and a medium-sized shop. We had a small shop. We moved out of we had a 1,000 square foot shop about a year ago, and now we're in our 2,500 square foot shop. So things are moving up. So
I'm excited about y'all's future.
I hope people watch this and literally see this is the new blueprint. This isn't. You can go on Chinese websites and buy whatever the crap you want, but this should be the new standard going forward. And it's gonna stand out for y'all. It's gonna show, in your work and in your customer base and all that. It's gonna show these guys have a passion.
Dude, a decade from now, we'll come back and look at this podcast, and people will be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Like, we had them first.
Serious, for real. All right, guys. Well, it was fantastic meeting y'all, and I legit, as soon as we get off of here, we're gonna be talking about buying some subs.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
HutchinsonCarAudio.com.
Times 3.
Times 3.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
X3.
All right. Sweet.
Peace.